Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Don from Supr, and today we are going to be building the Willy Dolphin 1. Okay, so if you guys have watched my videos in the past, my only other couple of videos, you know that I like to protect the motor wiring and the ESCs if you have them very well. This, for me, is half the problem when doing FPV freestyle, because you know, you go into trees, scraggle, whatever, leaves or whatnot, and your props get bent, and you know, you go for the lightest quad, so you try not to stack so much stuff on it, you know, but then your props get bent. And yes, you can use a propeller, but come on, you know, you want it to look, you know, sweet. So that's why, you know, I take the liberty of kind of trying to make an art project out of it, opposed to just doing it and soldering it all up, putting some electrical tape and, you know, some propeller on it. Not that I'm knocking anybody who does that, but you know, I just like to do it a little differently. So no offense if you're putting props over the motor wire or the ESC, keep going for it. If it works for you, it works for you. However, this is the way I like to do it, so this is the way we're going to do it today. So, you know, as you can see, I have these motors, and you know, they have, you know, 3 things that I'm using, which are really simple things. Like I said, it's conventional stuff. You can find it, you probably already have it at home, and you're just like, oh, okay. So what we got going on first, as you can see in the background, sorry, those motors are stuck together. But as you can see, we got some heat shrink, clear. That's what I use. That's what gives it that nice dolphin smooth finish look. And then we have zip tie. Now, the great thing about newer motors, they don't have bulkier wires, so this is pretty much enough to cover the whole, you know, all 3 motor wires, and, you know, give you enough protection so that if the prop does hit, you got 3 different surfaces to go on. But I know you're wondering, what is this pink stuff? What is that? All right, simple. Like I said, it's probably already laying around your house, and you probably have it in a different color. You can use this thing on scheme on any quad. It doesn't have to be the Dolphin one, but you can use it any color, any way. But it's just a simple process, and you know what I mean, gives your quad a little style and as well as protection. But what we're using for the pink stuff is ta-da, average duck. Just some duck I had laying around, and voila. Before, I used straws and, you know, stir straws that I got, and those worked really well, but I noticed that those worked better as making like bootleg forever tubes opposed to using them as protection, because yes, they do protect, but however they get really dirty, it's just hard to clean, and it's just a mess. So, you know what I mean, I thought this might be a little bit more effective, because the cool thing about it is once you apply this and the zip tie and the heat shrink, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, and you need to replace the motor, it all just slides right off. So you can just kind of like put the motor right back in if you want, if you're replacing your motor, or you know, you can find some other crafty way to do it. But all right, let's get into getting the motors pink, and yeah. All right, so now we are going to put the pink on the motor. So the way we do that is you go ahead and take your duct tape and you cut it to size about a quarter way up the strip, and you just want to pull it back once you got that cut, and then you should get something like this. I went ahead and did it already, so I have this piece. All right, so then you want to take your heat shrink and cut that to size as well, and then you want to take that zip tie we had and you want to cut it into, snip off the top and bottom and cut it into 2 pieces. Get enough length so that you can, you know, gracefully cut off enough as you can get as much as you need. All right, so then we are going to size the tape, the heat shrink, and the zip ties to the motor wire. However, we have a slight dilemma here. I would like to have it a little symmetrical and have each one the length. So luckily, I went ahead and I prepared the other 3. So those are ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna size up the tape. All right, sorry, I put that below the camera, to this one. And I'm just gonna stick that on top. All right, and once you got that on top, sorry, I'm gonna pull that off camera for a second. I gotta grab my scissors. you're gonna go and you are just going to snip that away. Something fell off of there. What was that? Oh, it's a piece of tape. You're just gonna go and you're gonna snip that away. Boom, there you go. Now it's the size. So now that you got that, ooh, wrong piece. Here's the piece we need. Strap that down. Let's get that one out of there. All right. So now that you got this piece, okay, move this motor over here. Get that piece out of there. You want to then take this piece, and you want to get these two zip ties. God damn it! Come up. All right. As cleanly in the middle as possible. I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to get it on camera for you. Get it as cleanly in the middle as possible. It does not have to be perfect. Excuse me. Sorry. Drinking that coffee. That espresso. No. Espresso. But anyway, you know, it doesn't have to be super perfect, but try to just get it as clean as possible. You know, make it nice and neat. You know, get them right next to each other as clean as possible, like I said. Bam, just like that. So once you have that, as you know, now you snip the zip tie to the size of the tape. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Just gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. And that out of the way. Okay. That out of the way. So now that we got that, we are going to take it and we are going to go about right there. I don't know if you can see, about right there. Okay, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties there. But I'll just pick up from where I left off. So once you got it, you want to size it up to about there, and then you want to just, you know, wrap it around. Try to get it wrapped around as best you can. Don't, you know, be too crazy about it, because, you know, you're going to have some heat shrink that's going to kind of clean it up at the bottom. But there you go. Voila. Bing bang. So then you grab your heat shrink and you just open it up with some needle nose pliers, and you'll get something that looks like that. So then you'll just slip that right on in. Slip it in, slip it in. And this time you're slipping in pink. Alright, but anyway, you then push it all the way up to where your tape is going to be, and voila, there you go. You go then and you apply your heat gun or your blow dryer, as I'm going to use because I stole it from my wife. Alright, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that you got that done, your motor should look something like this. All four of them. Nice, symmetrical, somewhat symmetrical. As symmetrical as you can get it. Just do the best you can. Yeah, but it looks something like that. So, you know, for this project, it's for the Dolphin 1, so I wanted it to look like something, you know, sleek but slippery at the same time, and I figured, you know, some clear heat shrink would bring that out a lot. So, you know, gives this smooth finish. And this way, you know what I mean, like in my last videos, I did some painting and stuff like that. You don't really have to get your hands messy. So I'm going to try my best to keep evolving this and add some style to the quads as I build them. And, you know, I hope you guys can enjoy the process of putting some style to the quad. If you have any implications you want to put into it, whether it be, you know, like I said earlier, different heat shrink, different zip tie size, go ahead, go for it, do what you do, man. But this is just a base, or just an example, and this is just the way I like to do it. So yeah, now that we got those done, we are going to go ahead and mount these bad boys down to the frame. All right, so let's get to that. All right, so once you're done, you should have something that looks like this. And I went ahead and just put everything together as well. This is just a customization video. It's not a build video. If you want to get the full build video of the Dolphin 1, you can check out Wild Willy's page. I'm sure he has it there, and you can figure out how to put this thing together. But other than that, this is how it would look with the ESC protection applied. And I also went ahead and put a nut on each one of the standoffs, so that you got a nice gap there in between the space of the ESC and the bottom here. So you know, as you can see, if you can see this one in the middle kind of protrudes a little bit, and you know, they protrude. So you just want to be, depending on what screws you're using, as you can see I got a mismatch here, so just to be safe, put some nuts here, you'll be good. All right, so now moving forward, you're gonna take your ESC and you're gonna orientate that. I like to have mine with the XT60 to the right of the quad if we are in the back of it, and voila, there you have it. And now the fun begins. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna solder all that down and get it all together. So we'll just start running it off. So for our antenna, we got the TBS Triumph. Yeah, I know they got, you know, other stuff and all that, and you know, fancy ass antennas and all that, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm from old school, and just what I was using, shit good. So shit gonna get used, shit work. You know what I'm saying? All right, so moving along, and then we got the Foxhair Arrow, I believe this is. It's either the Arrow or the Predator. I'll let you guys decide exactly what that is. I'm not exactly sure. I've had it for a while. Actually, it's the Arrow, yeah, because I can see the logo on the back there. It's the Arrow. So Foxhair Arrow. I'm not sure. I think the V3 Arrow or the latest one. Then we have the VTX that should not be named. I'm sorry. Everybody's got their opinion about those guys, but the truth of the matter, the price was right. So, you know, if you know, Trapper, you want to get at me, fam, you know what I'm saying? From some unifies, I get that switched out, you know what I'm saying, between me and you. You hit me on the DM, fam. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody, but yeah, moving along. And then we got the Flight 1 Revolt OSD. Now, I've been using Flight 1 for primarily all my builds. I do have KISS, I do have Betaflight, but I like Flight 1 because it's easy to get going. If you're not so great at tuning, it gives you a little bit of leeway, you know what I mean? So you get that nice smooth footage and whatnot. And I really like it because also you get a lot of customer support. If you got a complaint and you want to go whine about something and complain, you get on Facebook, which everybody does unfortunately, and you complain, somebody's going to get back to you with some kind of help. I really like that. That's really standing behind your product regardless of what anybody says. I like those guys. They've been really good to me, and shout out to you guys at Flight 1. So yeah. And there you have it. We're gonna also just state that we have some bootleg forever tubes. These are coffee stirrers. You split one up, you put it in the other, and then you put some heat shrink around it. Quick and easy. Tough as nails. This thing's tough. You can fight Batman, fam. You can fight the Batman. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna move along to doing this, and let's get started. And voila, we are done. Check that out. Wow, Willy Dolphin won. Now, I know you guys seen I was a little bit sloppy. Oops, sorry, just dropped the battery. I know you guys seen I was a little sloppy when putting in the, excuse me, sorry, I gotta get the flight controller right here. I'll get it right, whatever. Nonetheless, I know you guys seen I was a little sloppy putting the VTX on. I just kind of like mounted it with some tape right there, same way I did the antenna. But you know, it'll hold up for the crash for now for testing. But yeah, man, check it out. Willy Dolphin won. Now the only thing is to plug in, make sure it works. All right, wish us luck. And that sounds good to me. So now we're gonna throw some straps on this bad boy, and we're gonna go on and fly it. No, we're not just gonna throw straps on it and fly. We're gonna go configure it. I'm sure you guys already know about the Flight 1 configurator. You can go pick that up on their website, and we're gonna go configure that, and then I'm gonna put some straps on it and go out and rip, see how it does. And I'd like to take a second, as I usually do at the end of each video, say thank you for watching this video. If you feel like this video has been helpful to you, please like and subscribe. I appreciate your time. I want to give a big shout out to Wild Willy. I want to give a big shout out to the guys at Flight 1. I want to give a shout out to my boy Jandino, my wife Isaac Spector, my little sis, my brothers, you know, all that stuff, all my family. I love you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching. Tell your friends about me. Peace.
Yeah, bartender, can I get a Hennessy on the rocks and Long Island iced tea? Thank you.
Didn't I tell you this club was jumping?
Yeah, you wasn't lying, kid. It
Look at
definitely
this,
is.
they all over the place, kid.
Yeah, 1 second, hun. Slow down. Slow. Yo, James, get off me.
Yo, back off, shorty.
Would you slow down?
Yo, back off, shorty.
Like everyone was chasing my fine ass, but when Alea walked in, the whole place went bananas. I'm paying for most of my perks, and they offering the hun free Cristal the works. Not to mention smell good and look dope. I brought me a bottle so I wouldn't look broke. Step like a big Willy bourgeois player. Sign this $1,000 bill for me, Alea. Well, I peeled off 1 more 1,000 and hand her 1 more please for my girlfriend Amanda.
Rick, hun with that butt like kapow. Wanna buy you a drink?
Please tell shorty not now.
You can have me when you want to, babe. This is such a loud party
rhyming since I know my time is out. Love that song where you say that line about
You're a positive, motivating force within my life.
no kidding, hidden, name ruler, and the ruler wouldn't lie to ya. Wax singing huns or squirm at the side of ya. Us, we some old lottie-dottians. Let me let you go so you can attend to your audience.